Hi. Hi, it's Jessica with Alternate Parent Life. So I got a question about making your own ring sling. My son and I have had two, and I've made them both. Let's see if I can get a little more light in here. Okay, that's a little better. So this is a wrinkly linen ring sling. I sew pockets into mine in the front. This is a kind of fancier, but the pocket lets me put my keys, my phone, and my wallet in here and not have to carry a purse, because when it's on your shoulder and the kid's on their hip, it's kind of hard to carry a purse, like, you know what I mean? So, you need 2.5 yards of fabric at least. If you're like a size 4, then you could get away with 2 yards, but I am not a 4, so nobody I know is. So you want to stick with 2.5 yards. Any of the extra you can use to make pockets or bags to store them in, dust bags type thing to store them in. But 2.5 is a good place to start. And then you can do 2 things. If you don't have sewing skills, then it's going to be kind of iffy. You can tie your rings in. So what you do is your rings. About the rings, you have to order your rings specifically for baby wearing. It's slingrings.com. The large rings are like $4 or something. They're really inexpensive. Large rings are good for fleece or anything thicker. Medium rings are good for cotton, linen, pretty much everything else. Silk, you want small rings. Acrylic rings for water slings, but I stick with aluminum because we don't do water slings. So you'd basically thread them on and tie a knot. And you'll tie a knot right here and make a knot, and then that way you can feed it through that way. If you sew, like I do, or have any basic sewing skills, it is a rolled hem here, just a simple rolled in hem. You don't iron it or anything, just roll it. And then what I usually do is fold my sling. You'll see how here it's kind of, there's a pouch sewed in here. It's because I fold it in half before I put my rings in. And that way I have an automatic pouch no matter what. And that kind of helps me get a seat because it's up and round underneath his butt. I don't use it pouch-wise. I don't recommend anybody use a sling pouch-wise. But as far as getting the seat in, it just makes for a better... And it's easier here. It's a much shorter length. So this is a basic gathered shoulder. All I did was gather the fabric up in an accordion style, stick it through the rings, fold it over, and then you'll see here, I don't know if you can see here, the light's not that good, but you'll have one line of straight stitching, a tack line, which is a line of like zigzag, and then another line of straight stitching. You want the 3 at least to make a good, strong, my rings aren't coming out, my kid's not falling kind of thing, okay? If your rings are not in good, your kid will slip out. The last thing you want to do is when baby wearing is have your kid fall out. It's such bad PR. It's hard enough to get people to let us baby wear without hassling us. Oh, excuse me, I look like a hot mess, but without having our kids falling. So that's basically it. Remember, get your appropriate sling, or get the appropriate rings. You need 2.5 yards of fabric. I recommend linen, but cotton works well too. And you can tie in your shoulder, or you can sew in your shoulder. There's other no-sew methods, but I've not tried any of them, and I don't know how well they work. This is just my personal experience with ring slings. But, alrighty, bye!